The weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. On first down, they'll start out with Singletary. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Right back to Singletary on second down. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Well, these two teams, they met in New Orleans earlier in the year with the Saints coming out on top. So a win here in Atlanta would give them the season sweep. And got his man complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. Chris Olave, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. Well, Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Ready, break!
Now a first carry here for Robinson. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Second and 8 coming from the 19.
Panther 11.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And his throw is incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Here's Thomas. Shreds him with a stiff arm. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. You talk about this Falcon defense. They are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
They've established themselves pretty well throughout this season. But, boy, what a competitive group of people. They do not like that ranking they have now because they think that they're better, and they're out to prove it again in this game.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Now Carr. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive. He comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Hey, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
And the tight end goes in motion left. Carr to throw on second down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
93.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Past the 20. He will have the first down and a bit more. Touchdown, New Orleans. Davante Adams, 42 yards. And the Saints are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point attempt here still to come. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week, and in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. A lot of talk this week. Security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you could have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
They'll give this to Singletary running right. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
To throw, it's Carr. The 20. He's got the first down and then some. Touchdown, New Orleans. Third touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Saints have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that makes the score 21-0.
Falcons, nothing. Matthew Wright set to kick off.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. Escapes the defender. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
A loss of 9 on the play. Brings up
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Under pressure, they got him again. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield.
13 more yards.
21-0 our score after 1.
With the score, Saints 21. Falcons, nothing.
Back now in Atlanta, second quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Let's go. Go, Reed. Go. Ready.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Robinson up the middle.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Robinson with another carry. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
They're going to look to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL than just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but
and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. It's their quarterback. Scoring on the keeper from 6 yards out. And the Falcons are able to cut into that deficit. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Following a touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Carr now to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Saints on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Here's Carr. And that will be incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Here comes the Saints punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little
fighting through it. He's got space. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 45 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Oh, and that is incomplete. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Viking 18. 79 Broncos.
They'll set up to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up the 1st and goal. They'll run with Robinson. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Robinson again. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Bijan Robinson, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have got it back to within a score.
Well, Brandon, he just followed his nose, and his nose took him to the end zone. But how about the big guys up front? Give him at least a stalemate in order to find that space.
Yeah, the O-line won the battle in the trenches there, didn't it? And it's no good. No, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Throwing on first down is Carr. His throw incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Singletary. 46 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
This 2nd and 4. Singletary again. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Carr to throw on 3rd and 1. That is caught. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Singletary here running out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Shotgun now for Carr. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground. Now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Carr. That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. look at 4 touchdown passes now for Derek Carr. And the Saints will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 15 now. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. An anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is throwing at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive. But get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside.
Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
A give up the middle to Singletary. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 66 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too. It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
That probably reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. From the gun, it's Carr. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Davante Adams with career touchdown number 125, moving him into a tie with Walter Payton on the all-time list, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Their own 18-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just 1 more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Saints are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
2nd down and 6 now.
2nd and 6.
They go right back to Singletary, and he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
Here we go.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Saints are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Looking to throw.
The pass caught by Olave.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Carr. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
They'll go for it. It's Carr.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach. And maybe you and I should attend that press conference to see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Carr. Over the middle, it's complete. Touchdown!
Chris Olave.
An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Saints look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
Falcons 13.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. 68 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
They'll run again here with Robinson. Dancing away at the 35. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Bronco 80.
On the counter, this is Robinson. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
17 yards and a first down for Atlanta.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
At the 34-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Isaiah Foskey, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. They'll look to throw here. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Colin Saunders in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That's going to be caught by Pitts. He is going to have a Falcons first down, and they come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving and then some. Back to the ground with Robinson. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Bijan Robinson with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down now to 22. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this 4th quarter. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Carr going to throw here. That is incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw, it's Carr. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Got it. Ready?
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like in the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Here we go. Shot.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Check match, check match. Warrior 70.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw, as this play will stand as is. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's got it. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Robinson is into the end zone. It's a Falcons touchdown. What a game it's been for him in the backfield, Charles, as he pounds it into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, and he hits the end zone one more time, and his blockers cleared all those lanes. Before the snap, they called for the heavy unit, right? 3 tight ends coming on the field, and they got the job done clearing the way.
So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Carr going to look to throw. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Saints. Davante Adams with career touchdown number 126, the same number Jim Brown had during his 9-year career. And the Saints have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll be backed up a bit to start as he's out of bounds at the 16.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Brings up 2nd and 20. At the 6-yard line.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense. but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Express.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. That one into the hands of Adams downfield. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have